Come on, Eddie, let's play a little game. Hey guys, me, your host Superstar, thank you very much for tuning in, is Venom. I loved this movie so much, and I'm so happy we finally have a movie Venom figure. So Tom Hardy played a brilliant version of Venom, which I was surprised about, because I wasn't that thrilled when he was first announced as the character. I kind of was a bit, but then I saw the film, amazed, loved it. I loved the comedy behind it. They captured the idea of Venom as being this big monster thing, but the humour that they left in there with all like the way he talks and the way he like acts and stuff. The fact that you can hear him in his head, but nobody else can hear it. Like near the end when he's talking to that girl and stuff, he's like, "Should we eat her?" And like, no. I like things like that. It's that just it appeals to my humour, and the fact that they're making a sequel with Woody Harrelson as Carnage. Oh my god. So the second film, Let There Be Carnage, I believe it's going to be called. Yeah, Let There Be Carnage is coming out on June 25th, 2021 now. Due to the virus, it was put back. But hopefully that's just giving them more time to perfect the movie that little bit more. So Venom came out in 2018, so that's a good gap between movies. That's a good gap between movies, Star Wars, isn't it? Yes! Yearly releases. What do you think they are? Assassin's Creed? So, this is the awesome Venom figure that we got because of that. And do you know what? I'm going to talk to you about something. So, the box is very cool. I'm loving the Venom logo there from the movie. I'm loving the art rendering on the side from the movie. And again, on that side from the movie. And then when you go to the back, normally Marvel Legends use a certain type font on their boxes. And for some reason, when I look at this type font, it looks fake. I don't like it. It feels like I'm holding a knockoff toy. Does that make sense? I don't know, that type font just looks weird. I know it's the Venom type font, it just looks odd. And I love that artist rendering, by the way. That is a cool figure. So, failed reporter Eddie Brock is hijacked by an alien entity that takes a liking to Earth and decides to protect it. Right, where are my scissors? Let's get this bad boy out of the packaging. I've been dying to get this figure out. And I can't wait to see how it stands compared to other figures. And I know a lot of people been asking me to do this review first, because apparently it's sold out everywhere in the United States. And it's pretty hard to get over here, to be fair, unless you pre-ordered it. I'm pretty sure it's sold out over here now as well. It was always going to be a popular release when they released a Venom movie figure, I think. I think that was always going to be the case. So we've got a spare couple of fisticuff hands. I'm loving the white design they've chosen to put over the top of Venom on this. This is very nice. So we have the big open mouth hand, and we also have the closed. Okay. Well, we don't need that anymore. Yoink. So here he is out of the packaging. He's tall. He's a big figure. Damn. Right, so here is the figure itself. He's awesome. I'm not going to do articulation or anything because we are going to go straight to the desk cam and take a closer look at this figure because it is absolutely amazing. And the detailing on it is so good. I want you guys to see it up close. But yeah, that is an awesome figure, man. He's very big. He is so big. I'll show that off on the desk cam, definitely. And yeah, out of interest, because I've got to do it. I've got to do it. Let's go ahead and pop that one head off. That's the secondary head, by the way, just in case I forget to do it on the desk cam. So that's the secondary head, which it's okay. It's okay. But I'm dying to do this one. I love the green on the tongue and stuff. Yeah, the comic heads they're the same colour, so they do look okay on there. It doesn't look too bad. That's not bad. Not bad. But he's a big boy. He is a big boy. So big, in fact. Out of interest. Oh no. I was going to see if that would fit. It would look good for a photography photo if he was looming over something and it looked like he was about to try and bite their dog. 'Cause in the film he did do that where he extended his jaw and stuff. So I mean, that is in keeping with the Venom character. So you could make a really cool action figure photography where he's leaning over someone, like crunch him over like that, and have him grabbing someone round the head, and then have that face if he's about to try and throw them in whole, you know what I mean? That would be a pretty cool thing. So in the film he did do that, didn't he? He did actually I can't remember if he succeeded in eating them or not, but yeah, he tried to eat people. Or he did eat people. So that's pretty cool. So guys, let's head on down to the desk cam so you guys get an up-close personal look at Venom. Let's go down to the desk cam. Alright guys, so here is the figure out of the packaging, looking pretty cool indeed. This monster, Venom, he is a monster Venom though, he's massive. When you look at the size of him, he's absolutely huge. That's the first thing I want to discuss. This is a lot taller than your usual Marvel Legends figures, and I'll show you that by showing off some Venoms at the side of him here. So this movie Venom does stand a little bit taller than your usual 6-inch figure. This is the one I got a while back. You see the new one absolutely dwarfs him, and that's the same with because it's the same book for this one, I believe, so... Yeah, he's a lot taller than these bad boys. Almost as close as the Select. Let's try and put the Select at the side of him, and let's see what difference that makes, guys, to the actual look of things. Out of interest, I'm very interested. Let's put Select in here. If he's almost as big as the Select. Just not quite. It's still it's a 6-inch scale, but he's just tall. Which in the film, to be fair, he was a lot taller than people, so it is in keeping with the character. It's just unusual to see a Marvel Legend of that length. But yeah, he's as tall, as we say, as the Select Venom. It's just that the Select Venom has a big egg-shaped dome head compared to the other one. So yeah, definitely it is an awesome Venom figure, and it is massive. So I just wanted to show that off first of all, just show you how big this guy is. I mean, when you put him next to one of the BAF figures, you could tell straight away that this figure was, you know, taller than most. That's him stood next to Toxin. I mean, damn, he's a big boy. Alright, anyway, enough with that. Let's take a look at the figure itself. Let me bring him closer. So the head sculpt is very nice. I'm loving that, first of all, that big tongue. The paintwork on this is very nice as well. They've done a great job bringing that. There's some black in the teeth stuff, but that is kind of in keeping, really. I know it's paint defects, but it is in keeping for me with the Venom. He shouldn't really have perfectly white teeth, in my opinion. And again, that's always something, if it annoys me, you can edit in post-production on photography. The figure itself, though, I'm kind of going to want him crunched into the side like that. I think would be a nice natural pose. He does come with clawed hands, but you can have the open palm hands on there as well if you wish. But I like the clawed hands on a Venom personally. And he's got the feet as well, which are kind of clawed out feet as well. Articulation, so the head is on a ball joint, so you can make him look up a little bit as well as left and right. Head's quite loose. You can make him look down more than up, shall we say. That neck piece doesn't really allow for much upward motion. The arms do lift up, but that top hinge do also rotate. There's also the double hinged elbow. It wraps all the way around there. And bicep cut there as well. Hands as well are on ball joints, which is nice. There's an ab crunch there as well, so we can crunch him around quite a lot there. Look at that. Wow. And you can also swivel there. Legs do lift out, as well as forwards. Backwards quite far. Top thigh cut. Double hinge knees here as well. No boot cut or anything, but the feet are on rocker and pivot. But no holes in the bottom of his feet, so you cannot use a display base with this figure. Keep that in mind. Although, he does stand pretty well on his own, to be honest. Those feet are pretty decent. So he does actually have a natural stand. Even in leaning to the side there or leaning forward, he's still naturally in a good pose to keep those feet flat to the ground. So that's good for the figure, in my opinion. Wow, this figure is so nice. I'm really liking him. Let me go ahead and show you that secondary head sculpt. Pop that out, pop that on just off camera, and bring him back in a frame, and there we go. The secondary head doesn't have as much going for it, in my opinion. And those hands, if you want to change them, guys, they do just pop. Let me try it. They do just pop off like the regular hinges. Nothing new there. So, but I'm keeping the clawed hands, personally. They look much nicer. The hands and stuff do have that like weird, it's not weird I suppose, it's the design they've gone for, which is from the movie, which is like almost like a lightning effect really, rather than veins for Venom. And again, that continues onto the hands as well for the fisticuff hands. That head sculpt is okay, but definitely I'm thinking this is the head sculpt you're going to want to keep on. So guys, are you excited for the new movie? Is it going to be a film you're going to be seeing next year? It should have been out already. We should have already seen it at this point, which is a shame because I was very excited to see how they portrayed Cassidy and stuff like that and how they introduced Carnage. But we'll see what happens, guys. Are you excited for the movie? Let us know in the comments down below. But let's go back to the main cam and finish off today's video. So guys, what are your thoughts on this Venom? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. One last thing I want to try before we go. Just start with, because they are the same scale or similar scales, let's go ahead and take that head from the Select. Oh, I got the ball's too big, I think. Yeah, that's a shame. The ball is too big, but it is the right colour and does look pretty cool to have that Select head on there. Just as a bit of an alternate thing to do, photo-wise. But yeah, I like the displaced jaw and the big tongue. Yeah, it's a smaller peg on the Selects. Yeah, that could be something if a customizer out there wants to play. That's something they could do. There's a lot of options with this because obviously it's coming from a different universe, so it's coming from the movie verse rather than the comics. So it's cool to see which parts would mix with him and which wouldn't. So I've enjoyed doing some head swaps and stuff. I know you guys love when I do head swaps, so. But guys, like I said, what are your thoughts on this figure? Let us know in the comments down below. And thank you to these people, because they've got subscriber shout-outs. If you want a subscriber shout-out, make sure you leave a comment below. Nice, juicy comment that I can respond to. I do try and respond to each and every single comment that we do get, but it is getting tougher. Obviously, I'm getting a lot more subscribers and a lot more followers, so it is difficult with the comments that we get now, but I'm still trying. And I do try and respond to each and every single comment that I can. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Superstar, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you.